Hey everyone, this is Steve from GamersNexus.net, and you are watching episode 4 of our weekly Greenlight Spotlight video, a recurring series that tells you what games you should watch out for on Steam's Greenlight service. As the service matures, we see even more games getting promoted, so please nominate games you think we should support below in the comments. With that said, kicking us off in slot number 7 this week, we have Day 1, Garry's Incident, an Indiana Jones-esque 3D action-adventure that's littered with all manner of traps, agility challenges, which look crazy fun by the way, enemies, and hidden treasures. Running on Epic's famed Unreal Engine 3, this FPS survival game forces you to seek out shelter, food, and navigate challenges in an open and destructible world. The devs plan to release the game in episodic form, targeting $5 per quote-unquote episode, so go check that out if you're interested. Giving off a completely different vibe in slot number 6, we have Irrational Investigator, which is headed up by the same writer behind Penumbra, FTL, and Driver San Francisco. Irrational is a game of private investigation and text-based argument that, in classic noir style, encourages deductive logic for crime solving and story progression. As you traverse the map, NPCs will challenge your character with arguments and puzzles and offer clues that must be uncovered to solve crimes and mysteries in the town. The game is based off of Irrational Redux, which had over 500,000 plays on the web, if I remember correctly. Forge takes slot number 5. This class-based multiplayer brawler heads up our mid-range of Greenlight games this week, and it is almost Fury-like an example if anyone remembers that game. Forge promises a zero-grind game that utilizes MMO PvP mechanics, but without the mindless droning required to get to those upper levels. The game's difficulty comes in your own ability to command its classes, much like an FPS, and it even replicates an FPS arena, except in a fantasy environment. If you're looking for a challenging PvP experience without the time sink of an MMO, you may want to give Forge a shot, as it does feature some classic RPG elements as well. VERBIS is our next game we are looking at today, and it is consequently very hard to say quickly. Ever since the explosion of voice-activated shouts in Skyrim, we've seen a rise in voice recognition technology in games, at least in mod form. VERBIS has added its voice to the fray, saying things, for example, like Beam of Light will activate a beam of light from your hand, or Mind over Matter will move objects, at least in its current state. And the devs say they will be adding a unique language. I'm not sure how that will impact gameplay, but they do plan on making it a bit easier for localization. This will all cast spells at the targets on your reticle, so using your voice to command an arsenal of spells as you travel through dungeons littered with traps and enemies is the goal of VERBIS. If that sounds interesting to you, go check it out on their Steam Greenlight page. GRAPPLE is the next game, and this game, along with the next two, actually look incredibly fun to me. This one is a ball-based tactile physics action platformer, say that 5 times fast. If you were to grind Spider-Man into a pulp and add jello to what remained, you'd end up with the shiny, slimy goo ball found in GRAPPLE. Swing from surface to surface, stick to walls, and launch to faraway platforms in an attempt to complete courses in the fastest time possible. The game's mechanics focus on overall feel of the game, aiming to achieve satisfaction of controls and fluid execution over all else. Our second placing game, however, is a little bit different. The Last Phoenix. It is a dogfighting game with vivid Okami-esque graphics. You control a phoenix in a ruined landscape, and in order to restore color to the world, you must destroy carrion birds in aerial combat. Color returns to the world as you fling crows to their death and incinerate carrion flyers, and as the atmosphere of the game grows in warmth and color, plants will regrow in real time and replenish the land in this open island environment. The fighting gameplay is based primarily around diving, rolling, evading, boosting, grappling, and fiery explosions, hopefully supplying us with enough options to have some seriously fun gameplay. But the next game is definitely seriously fun. FRACT OSC takes slot number 1, and it is well deserved, I must say. This game was suggested in our comments several times. It is a first-person adventure game where you interact with in-game synthesizers, create music, and solve puzzles based on the sounds that you create in the game. The game walks you through all of this and teaches you how to use its proprietary set of music creation tools, which the developers take great pride in, and they even expressed an interest in teaching the player how to make their own music within the bounds of the game by the end of their playthrough experience. I'm going to let the audio of FRACT OSC play for a second, since the game is almost entirely audio based, so here's a listen to that. And with that, everything in this game will center around sound, and with such unique player interaction and a focus on actually teaching the player something, there's no reason not to consider FRACT OSC for Steam Greenlight. So that's it for this week's Greenlight Spotlight. Please like, comment, and subscribe as always. You'll find links to the games in the comments below, in the description below. Leave a comment with your suggestions for next time, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.